Warning. This show contains adult political themes and language. Liberals and little children should cover their ears.
Welcome to Liberty Never Sleeps, where negativity never sounded so good. Now here's your host, Thomas Purcell.
As tongue-tied as I would be if I was on one of these reality shows.
Here we go.
You know, over the weekend, I was watching one of these reality shows. And I don't, you know me, I don't watch TV.
I'm losing all kinds of respect for you, Tom, that you
I
watched
know.
one
I
at
was
all.
flicking channels, and there wasn't anything on. We were waiting for the football game to come on at, like, I think 5:30.
Right.
It was about 3:30 in the afternoon. I didn't feel like, doing my usual things.
Right.
So I'm flicking channels, and I run across a show called Naked Dating.
And that immedately piqued your interest.
Immediately piqued my interest. Especially because there was a nice curvy brunette on the screen with nothing but pixels on. So I'm looking at this dumbass show, and these two young people, relatively young people, come out, and of course they got great bodies.
Right.
It's all about that. They come out and they, meet for the first time. They've never met each other until the first meeting where they're buck-ass naked. And they're standing to each other talking about, well, I like moonlit walks on the beach. I mean, and the guy's not saying, he's saying, well, I like to, I'm a fireman, of course. I work on my car, Might as well say he's an astronaut, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, but any normal human being, any normal male that I hung out with or knew would immediately say, yeah, you got a nice set of tits, too. I mean, if you're standing
nice
there.
rack, honey.
If you're standing, and they're having no fun at all with it. It's like they're not even naked. They're ignoring it. They're walking on the beach talking naked. And they're acting like they're perfectly normal. But where do they find these people? They better not put somebody like me on there, my fat ass. I'd come out there looking all hairy, typical Irishman, with a beer in my hand, and a little gut and a lot of hair.
Man, look at you stereotyping.
And you know what I would do? I would come out there and right before I came on air, I'd get a big old erection.
Oh my God!
I'd have an erection standing like about 10 feet tall. And I'd totally embarrass the chick. Hi, how you doing?
Glad to meet you. Damn
yeah,
good.
Really glad to meet you. Want to know what we're gonna do on our first date? I mean, if you've got half a brain, you would never go on this show, right? So they're interviewing these dimwit women.
Oh my God! It's an
frankly,
interview. That's what it is. It's an interview.
And frankly, the men aren't any better. I won't make a case. It's just funnier when it's a woman talking, and she's got like a jaw on her like Jay Leno, because she got this built body, right? But she got butterface.
Oh no!
Yeah, she got the butterface going.
Not a butterface.
And she's got butterbrain too. She comes out and says, I really want to meet a really quality man. And you're going to meet a quality man on a reality show naked. But okay. I want to follow your thought process here, honey. I want to meet a really quality man. That's how she talked, like she's right out of the mall. Mm-hmm. And, I want to meet somebody who's generous, which means you got to pay a whole shitload of money to her.
Right.
And I want to meet somebody who likes children, because nobody wants to meet a man who hates kids like me. Really. I go in there, but it was like that when, you're out dating. Well, do you like children? Absolutely not. It was very hard to meet a girl. I couldn't get past the second question.
Yeah, that was kind of like a conversation killer right there, the deal killer, Tom.
Right. It's like, you know what I'm all about? I ain't about having no kids. So this girl is just going on about every stereotype. I like moonlit walks on the beach. I really like fast cars and jewelry. Yeah, that's always very good.
And a big bank account.
It's like, does any guy listen to that interview and say, "Oh, that's the woman of my dreams"?
Yeah, really.
These guys do. Oh, I really like Leslie because she speaks her mind. You like her because she's got a double D rack. Give me a break. And all of these girls are like totally built.
Right.
You know, it's got to be artificial. I don't think there was a real set of rack because a real girl.
They're all bolt on.
Yeah, they're like this standing out here. They could put drinks on them.
Right.
In reality, women, if they're real, they drag a little bit in the gravity without a bra.
A little sag. Yeah, there's a little sag.
That's normal. It's healthy.
Yeah.
Not these girls, and they're all like, IQ about 30. Have no concept of what's going on. If I asked them who the vice president was, they'd say Abraham Lincoln.
They say Michelle Obama.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Well, I just couldn't. How do you get contestants for the show? I guess they just throw a lot of money at them.
Well, they get their 15 minutes of fame, Tom.
It's like how do you get people? You gotta say, well, here's the show, honey. I'm the producer of the show. Let's say, and this is how the show's gonna work. You're gonna come out naked, but we'll pixelate you. Don't worry. And then another guy's gonna come out naked, except for a ball cap on, which they do. I don't know why. Why a guy wears a ball cap?
That's funny.
So and they're going to talk about their bodies, and they're going to talk about how infantile they are, and you're going to express interest in it and see if it works out. Oh, that sounds good. What pitch do you make other than you're going to be on camera and millions of people are going to see you?
And you'll be seen, and you might be noticed, and your modeling career could take off, or Playboy or Penthouse could see it. There's a lot of different pitch angles there.
But probably not. But probably not.
I didn't say they did it. I'm just saying there's a lot of angles.
Isn't this an indictment, really, of our society that's become hooked on fame?
Oh, yeah.
And I went into this, and I got so much heat for the Robin Williams segment we did. But it really is the same thing. It's this obsession with, look at me, look at me. It's better to be famous than it is to be of substance.
Right.
It's all about the sizzle instead of the steak. And you meet this all the time with women on the West Coast. If you're a California, girls from urban settings are different than girls from the Midwest. And here comes the hate mail. But I can tell you for a fact that women in the big cities are different than Midwest or less than urban setting women. They're all obsessed with money. They deny that they are. But what do they talk about when they say they just met somebody that was really neat? Oh, he's got this great job.
Yeah.
He's got this great car.
Nice house.
Nice house. They all talk about his things. And then they go, and he's really generous. Means he brought.
He spends money on me.
He spends money on me because he took me to this expensive restaurant. And, he was really into me.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about he gave me some nice compliments, and he's really cute. All of the things that all superficial, and all things that are meaningless in any kind of a real relationship. It's no wonder our divorce rate is so high. They were advertising for eHarmony on this show,
right?
On naked dating, which is it's kind of funny if you think about it. Kind of ironic. And the eHarmony guy, the old guy, I don't know, whatever his name is, Dr. So-and-so Doofus.
Right.
So he's saying how, eHarmony is responsible for 500,000 marriages a year or something like that. But he doesn't mention how many were ending up in divorce.
Well, no, of course not.
I would like to know, is eHarmony's divorce rate any higher or lower than somebody who met
the national average?
Right. That to me is of more interest because let's say the national average is 50%. I don't know, for argument's sake, it might be different. But eHarmony's rate is 30% or 20%. I'd say eHarmony is doing good. But if their divorce rate is 70% or the average marriage lasts 3 years instead of 5 years, I'd say eHarmony's doing nothing but spreading misery everywhere. That's right. eHarmony, ruining people's lives since 1983, whatever it was they started.
Ruining people's lives one profile at a time.
One profile at a time. Destroying people one sexual encounter after another. Giving people HIV. One random date after another. eHarmony is responsible for 500,000 marriages, but 1 million sexual encounters, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, when I was dating, I think the last time I dated was 10 years ago. When I was dating, the computer dating was where you went to get laid. That really was. You went on a computer date and you'd say you do all these great things, and you put your best picture on the date.
Usually from about 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago, and not the picture of you, with your tongue in the ear of some chick,
Right.
but the picture of you like this in your business suit, or at your desk, preferably something that made you look like you had a lot of money. And then you went out and you hit on chicks, and your one goal was to bust your nut.
Oh.
That was computer dating. I guess now it's different. It's more sophisticated.
Well, eHarmony has always separated itself, differentiated itself from regular dating sites, but in every dating site, not every. The majority of the dating sites out there, the ones that advertise legitimately, on radio and TV and everything else like that, under the guise of meeting that perfect someone. But usually what happens is, people get out there, all of a sudden, they have this smorgasbord of opportunities to meet people, and they just go ape shit crazy with it. It's like, you got women who, maybe not have dated in a long time, maybe had, out of a marriage after of an X number of years, and all of a sudden they're getting inundated with requests to talk and chat and meet and go out on dates, and it turns into this perpetual dating cycle.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
And it becomes a thing to do, rather than, because the internet allows for some anonymity, and allows you to meet people that you ordinarily wouldn't meet. I mean, 20 or 30 years ago, how did you meet your spouse? It was usually through work, right?
Through work or a friend, or
right.
You knew her growing up,
or something like friend that. Or something like that. It was in your circle.
Right.
But now you have access to everybody's circle. So naturally, what happens with dating? It just becomes a mess.
Yeah,
I don't know if the divorce rate has gone up since computer dating, or what the relationship is, but I would love to see a study on that, on whether computer dating is actually any more effective for marriages or longer lasting relationships. I certainly know about the stories that went bad. The serial killers that worked that you wouldn't normally be exposed to, because it's true story that serial killers typically prey on the people around them. Yeah. And now you're exposing yourself to that opportunities like that, or disasters like that. We got to go to commercial break.